2861. Loose. Свободный. Loose. She was wearing a loose dress. Она носила свободное платье. She was wearing a loose dress. Resist. Сопротивляться. Resist. The soldiers resisted for 10 days. Солдаты сопротивлялись 10 дней. The soldiers resisted for 10 days. Pot. Кастрюля. Pot. I put a pot of water on the stove. Я поставил кастрюлю с водой на плиту. I put a pot of water on the stove. Cancer. Рак. Cancer. The doctor told the patient he had cancer. Доктор сказал пациенту, что у него рак. The doctor told the patient he had cancer. Empty. Пустой. Empty. The room was completely empty. Комната была полностью пустой. The room was completely empty. Pole. Столб. Pole. He ran bang into the pole. Он врезался в столб. He ran bang into the pole. Apartment. Квартира. Apartment. I want to buy an apartment. Я хочу купить квартиру. I want to buy an apartment. Trunk. Сундук. Trunk. The trunk was full of clothing. Сундук был полон одежды. The trunk was full of clothing. Confess. Признаваться. Confess. She confessed her love to him. Она призналась ему в любви. She confessed her love to him. Hat. Шляпа. Hat. I took off my hat and put it on the shelf. Я снял шляпу и положил на полку. I took off my hat and put it on the shelf. Примеры. She was wearing a loose dress. She was wearing a loose dress. The soldiers resisted for 10 days. The soldiers resisted for 10 days. I put a pot of water on the stove. I put a pot of water on the stove. The doctor told the patient he had cancer. The doctor told the patient he had cancer. The room was completely empty. The room was completely empty. He ran bang into the pole. He ran bang into the pole. I want to buy an apartment. I want to buy an apartment. The trunk was full of clothing. The trunk was full of clothing. She confessed her love to him. She confessed her love to him. I took off my hat and put it on the shelf. I took off my hat and put it on the shelf.